Hello, this is Coffee Hound Retro Sharka, and welcome back to another QuickBytes. This is going to be a quicker QuickBytes, even by QuickBytes standards. But yes, this is a game I just want to natter about and show off and just recommend. And that is Beyond Realities and Psygnosis Riot, a future sports game in a future where all of the sports are apparently dead, only people just play Riot. Which, I guess, people don't like choice in the people like choice in the future. But yeah, this is one of those speedball. It's just a speedball, but there's more basketball in this. A rather like full contact, brutal version of basketball. But yeah, we've got some cool teams here. It feels very like Midway arcade-ish. This does the way like the team names are spoken out and the presentation. If you're familiar with NBA Jam and 2-2 Open Ice Challenge, that kind of NFL Blitz and that kind of thing. Yes, this feels very much those, very inspired by those. We got some more statted players, which can make it a bit difficult because the computer players tend to be like completely brain dead or just whirlwinds of skill. And so we're going to pick the Tokyo Tornadoes with it. Yes, Tokyo Tornadoes and burning against the Burning Breakers. What's neat is you get some choice to customize your team. You can remove any, like they're both basically like statted for skills, but you can actually like remove the stats and turn towards like a team, what I call team energy. It's like a pool, and change their names, and you can try like specialize and like a blitzer and a blocker and a good thrower, which is a little, you need to remember the names, basically make a note of the names. That makes like change the names like a good idea. So just to in the heat of the game, so you know which ones are specialized for each role.
The stadium lights are about to drop, so let's go there now to our live cameras.
And the match begins. And now there are a few mechanics that you need to learn to actually succeed at Riot. One is coming up right now as our player makes his way over and gets intercepted. But I'll just pause the action here for a second and explain this first mechanic, which is that once you've got possession of the gold ball, then you need to run and make your way to your opponent's side of the court and basically shove the ball, shove the ball in one of these charging stations, and so it changes to either the home or away colour. In our case, which is nice blue. So now that the ball is charged with our colour, then we can score a goal. Before then, it's just in like a neutral state and the points won't count.
The home team's really got charged.
Great passing skills there.
Another core mechanic here with that clunk. There are no goalkeepers in Riot. The goal there hovering above the court is in a neutral state until one side gets control of the ball and charges it. Then control of the goal switches to the opposing player. And what happens is whenever your opponent launches the ball, you will see prompts to keep pressing X. That's to raise basically like protective shields up against the goal. So yeah, there's a nice like time mechanic rather than having a separate goalkeeping player. You have to basically like time your defense, raising up these shields, and it's not as easy as it might sound, especially when it gets hectic. So yeah, when you see that clunk, that's because like myself or the player had pressed X at just the right time.
Great timing by the away keeper.
The away team have got charged. Good shot. Oh, a lovely move there. Yeah.
I feel some praise is due for Riot's graphics. This is a good looking game by the standard of the era it came from, mid 96. I've seen a lot worse looking PlayStation 1 games from that time. And Riot's use of lighting and especially the reflectivity of the court gives it a unique feel and look that I really dig. The player animations aren't that great. They're kind of like clunky and janky feeling. But aside, yeah, there's a lot to like about the presentation, and I really dig the commentary as well. It's yes, adds a lot.
They're moving the ball nicely. A great little move there for the away side.
One welcome feature is a suite of camera options, and they are quite sweet about how you can customize the exact look and feel in terms of camera angles, where you want an overhead view or a side on or a dynamic auto cam. Like this one here is kind of like towards one side of the court, which can make, yeah, it's not that practical. This one's probably one of the more useful ones. A tilted overhead view, which gives you quite a range of tactical visibility in comparison to some of the other ones. But it can make goal scoring a little difficult because you can't really perceive behind it well sometimes. But yeah, it's great that it gives you such a range.
Great move there. Oh, a lovely move there.
That was a fine run, and he deserves to score from here.
I'll spare you from the rest of the thorough drubbing I got from the burning breakers there. But yeah, I really like Riot. It's a lot of fun, especially in multiplayer, where I feel it shines. It's pretty much like it's touted on the front cover of the front case about 8-player multiplayer via 2 multi-taps, which, yeah, I don't know who would have had 2 multi-taps at their disposal to get a full 8 players on the go, because they weren't cheap, but it was there if you wanted it. So it must have been like a manic of like 8 players clustered around around the TV playing Riot. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's different enough from the other future sport games that wanted to be Speedball 2. This has enough elements to stand on its own. You got the old like side tackles and shoving and stuff like that, but the mechanics that call its own really help it stand alone. And yeah, I recommend giving it a go. I don't know if it's gone expensive now. It was quite cheap when I picked it up a few years ago almost now. But yeah, it's worth just seeking via other means and giving it a try first and see if you like it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this quick bites of a little obscure gem, because I don't this has ever got any kind of like PlayStation 3 or PS1 classics release whatsoever. I think it just came and then just disappeared forever until Sharka digs it up and any other fans of obscure PlayStation games. But yeah, thank you for watching, and if you particularly enjoyed watching and you're not subscribed, this is your first experience of Sharka and what I do here, check out the rest of my videos and then consider subscribing for more. I've got Let's Plays on go now as well. So these QuickBytes and MEGABytes and Tech Bites, all kind of little bites. And if you've played this, leave me a comment, or you intend to play it, and if you give it a try, let me know what you think of it in the comments, and that really helps. And it also helps engagement here on Twitter, YouTube, which is very important for tiny little channels like myself. So yeah, we really appreciate it. And okay, that's it. Until the next Quick Bites. This has been Coffee and Retro Sharka. Have a good night and signing off.